Okay, page 390, solve absolute value equations. If we're going to solve absolute value equations, then we need to refresh our memories as to what absolute value is. So the absolute value is written like that, where you have two vertical bars on either side of your integer. What is absolute value really asking? How many places from what? 0 on your number line is 4. Therefore, the absolute value is 4, because 4 is 4 places from 0 on your number line. The absolute value of a negative 3, how many places from 0 is negative 3? 3. So your answers, when you think of absolute value, whether they're asking the absolute value of a positive or a negative, your answer will always be positive, okay? Because whether it's a negative absolute value, it's still 1, 2, 3 places away from 0. It's just 3 places away from 0 to the left, as opposed to this one up here where it's 4 places to the right, okay? It's still just the number of total places, okay? Now today, we have equations. We will have to kind of do 2 equations. For example, okay? The absolute value of x minus 3 is going to equal 8, all right? Now, based on what you know about absolute value, what is this? If this has to equal 8, then this has to equal what? 8 or negative 8. Because the absolute value of 8 equals 8. Or the absolute value of negative 8 equals 8. So here's what we do. We're going to take just going to divide this into 2 separate problems. Over here, we're going to take that x minus 3 equals 8. And over here, the x minus 3 equals, we said it could also be negative. Okay? Because, Raven, what is the absolute value of negative 8? How many places from 0 is negative 8? 8. Okay? So this could also be a negative 8. So we have to solve for both. So the opposite of subtracting 3, add 3. So x equals 11 is one of my choices. And over here, add 3 to a negative 8, negative 5. Okay? So my solutions are negative 5 and 11. Plug them both in. 11 minus 3 is what? 8. Is the absolute value of 8 8? And plug in the negative 5. Negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Absolute value of negative 8 equal 8. There we go. So you're just basically solving for, a positive and for a negative. Okay? Here, I'll give you one to try. So we'll say the absolute value of r minus 7 has to equal 9. Okay, so r minus 7 is going to equal the positive 9. R minus 7 is also going to equal the negative. So now we work through the problems, each of them. Add 7 to both sides. R equals 16. Add 7 to this, and we would get negative 2. Doesn't hurt to throw it in quick and check it. 16 minus 7 is 9. That works. Negative 2 minus 7 is negative 9. That works. You're good to go. Question? Stretching? We're going to do this one first. We're going to do Okay? We'll work through that example one first. I'm right at example number 3. Okay, so what they want us to do is they want us to rewrite this absolute value equation. 3 times the absolute value of 2x minus 7 minus 5 is equal to 4. Okay, first thing they want us to do, write the original. It always helps to write it down, you know that, that's nothing new. First thing we want to do then, add 5 to each side. Once I do that, that will then equal, add 5 to this, equals 9. Okay. Now, since this absolute value is being multiplied by 3, the opposite is to, so watch carefully. If we divide both sides by 3, okay, no matter what this is, that's going to be enough to cancel out those 3's. So what we're left with is our 2x minus 7 is going to now equal 3. Okay. Now from here, it's just like the other ones that we did. We're solving 2 separate equations. 2x minus 7 equals the positive 3. 2x minus 7 equals the negative 3. Add 7 to both sides. 2x equals 10. Divide both by 2. X equals 5. Add 7 to both sides. 2x equals 4. Divide both by 2. X equals 2. Okay. Plug it in. 10 minus 7 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 2. So 6 minus 7, negative 1. Is that right? Is something wrong? No. 5 and 2. So try number 4, like Mark said. T plus 9 minus 5 equals 19. Okay, so first thing we had mentioned was to add 5 to both sides. So 4 is now going to be 24, right? Then what? Divide both sides by 4. That will cancel out this, giving me the absolute value of t plus 9 will equal 6. So t plus 9 equals 6, and t plus 9 equals negative 6. Subtract 9 from both sides, t equals negative 3. Subtract 9 from both sides, t equals negative 15. Yes? Yes? Do you know what happened?
Okay. I know up to t plus 9 equals 6.
So when you subtract 9 from 6, 6 minus 9 is negative 3. Subtract 9 from an already negative 6 puts you at negative 15.
Wait, should you say 9 minus 6?
Subtract 9 from an already negative 6. If I'm at negative 6 and I go 9 places to the left. What about this side? in a case like this, 2 times the absolute value of s plus 4.1 equals 18.9. Okay. The first thing we're going to do there is subtract the 4.1. So if I subtract 4.1 from an 18.9, I should get 14.8, right? Then what? Divide both sides by 2. That will cancel out, giving me the absolute value of s. What is 14.8 divided by 2? 7.4. Now, when you see it written like this, if your absolute value of s has to equal 7.4, what are your two options? S can either be what or what? Negative 7.4 or those are your solutions. Okay, so once you get it to that point, finding the absolute value of just s is really no big deal. Okay, good. Now I'm going to have you do page 393. Numbers 9 through 14. Let's do one, though. I want to show you an example of one. So we'll do numbers 9 through 14. Let's look at number 10. Absolute value of 4n minus 5 is equal to 18. Okay. Now, I'll show you that this can happen just so that if you come across it in your assignment, you're not going to totally weird out about it. How am I going to set it up? Anything special I need to do before I can just start going? Anything in addition to on the outside of the absolute value bars that I need to? No. So quite simply, 4n minus 5 equals a positive 18. 4n minus 5 equals a negative 18, right? So give it a shot and then see what we come up with. Here we're going to add 5 to both sides. 4n equals 23, right? Okay. If I divide both sides by 4, n equals. Now, remember we can do this. 10 times this 4 going to 23. How many are left? Okay. Is it necessary to put that into decimal form? You could. That one's easy enough. That would be 5.75, but not necessary. Over here, add 5 to an already negative. We're going to go a little bit further, so it should be negative 13, right? Divide both by 4. How many times can you fit 4 into 13? And how many are left? Make sure you know that's a negative. So there are your solutions: negative 3 1/4, and 5 3/4. So if you just if you just make your improper fraction a mixed number, you can be fine. Okay.